So I recently did a Q&A with all of you guys on Instagram, and I got a ton of questions. I already answered some of those questions with my brother, but some of the questions were applying to just me. So in this video, I'm gonna answer some of your guys' top questions that you had for me. So let's jump right into it. The first question is, what is my favorite part about being in Los Angeles? That is a good one. I would say my favorite part is the sunny weather. It's absolutely gorgeous here. It's been like between 15 and 20 degrees in December and January the entire time I've been here. We've only had one day of rain, which is absolutely amazing. And there's so much to explore in LA, from hiking in the hills to going to the beach or going downtown and going to different coffee shops and getting that really urban feel. This city is absolutely huge and there's so many cool things to do here. And so I've really enjoyed this vacation so far. The second question is, how did you learn Swedish so fast? Well, I have to say that I put a ton of time into studying Swedish before I actually moved to Sweden on my favorite app for learning a language, Duolingo. You can use that app to build up a ton of new vocabulary words when you're learning a new language. I thought that was extremely helpful, and I'm very, very lucky because I grew up speaking German as a kid. I lived in Berlin when I was super young for a year, so I had a pretty good grasp of the German language, and actually the Swedish language is super similar to German, but I think the best way that I was able to learn Swedish is that at my first job as a teacher, I had kids as young as 4th grade. And when you're working with smaller kids, their English oftentimes isn't the best. So I was forced to learn Swedish very, very fast. I think the best way to learn a new language is by actually using it. And so being in a position where I was working with extremely young people, I was able to learn Swedish quite quickly. This next question is, what do I want to achieve in 2019? I feel like 2019 is a very big and important year for me. My goal is to make social media and YouTube my full-time job and career. I absolutely love doing this. I think it's a great career to have because it allows you to travel anywhere. You're not tied to one specific location. So if I want to go back to America and see my family once in a while or spend time in Sweden, all I need is my camera and I can make videos for you guys. I also want to really scale up my merch and apparel lifestyle brand that I'm working on, Lagom Life Apparel. I've put a ton of work into that, and so I'm super excited to start to scale that up and really make that a big thing for all of you guys and something that I'm going to be proud to wear as well here in 2019. This next question is, hur mycket tjänar en lärare i USA? So how much does a teacher make in America? And this really depends on what state you're in. If you're in a big city, you can make a lot more money than if you're in like a rural town in Alabama, for example. But basically, where I was in a suburb of Portland, the starting salaries were a little bit over $40,000 a year, which was similar to what I would have been making in Sweden as a first-year teacher. But then after you're teaching, you can usually make a little bit money every year. And then once you get at the top of the salary schedule, once you've had the max education and over 20 years of experience, it's possible to make 6 figures as a teacher here in America. What are my favorite snacks in Sweden and the USA? In Sweden, you guys already know that I absolutely love chili nuts, but in America, my go-to snack, I would say, is usually pita chips and carrots with hummus. I love hummus. I guess I could do the same thing in Sweden, but also they've got a ton of amazing snacks at Costco, and we don't have Costco in Sweden, but basically my favorite things from Costco can be like the steak strips. They're like tender beef jerky. It just melts in your mouth. And then they've got like the shelled pistachios. You can buy like a giant bag of pistachios without the shells, and you can just eat them by the handful, and that's only like 20 bucks or something at Costco. So I love that. This question says, what do I miss the most? And I'm not sure if they're referring to America or Sweden, so I'll just answer it for both. And that is the people in both places. When you make friends in places on opposite sides of the world, it's tough being away from one side. And whenever I'm in Sweden, I miss my family and friends in America, and vice versa. When I'm in America, I miss my Swedish friends. I'm super bummed that I didn't get to go to our New Year's Eve party and all those things in Sweden. So it's tough making friends on opposite sides of the world because you're always far away from people that you really enjoy and want to see. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up now. That was the Q&A for now. If you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to do that. I'll do future Q&A videos. I think it's a good way to keep in touch with how things are going and build a stronger relationship with you guys. And of course, you guys are the reason why I'm even doing this whole YouTube social media journey that I am on. And so I really appreciate you guys following along. It's been a lot of fun. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign off for now, but I will see you guys in the next video.